We're just stopping to have a look at a campsite that I was never able to find previously. Way back when, before there was wiki camps, this place was listed by the Shire, but was never signposted, and no good location details were ever given for it. And it's called Querijup Pool, I believe. And we did have a look for it years ago, but just couldn't find it. Now I've parked the coaster in a spot where I know I can turn around just in case, and just going to take a walk down the track to see what's at the end of it. And yeah, okay, there's an absolute ton of room down here. Look at that. And that's the little creek down there. We've got another big area here, although none of it's terribly flat. Maybe down a little bit further it flattens out a little bit. And again, let's see. Yeah, kick some of the sticks out of the way. And this is where it runs into the creek, perhaps. Yes, there's the creek. So you definitely don't want to come down here if you can't turn around. That's quite a nice little creek, running well this time of year. Beautiful little shady spot here, although it's not really accessible for camping. Lots of reeds and that around. Now this could be a spot, looking at the gate over there. Maybe the farmer and his four-wheel drive come through here. There's a shortcut. Yeah, very nice little area. So yeah, perhaps we'll decide whether we were going to go into town today. But I suppose there's a choice to be made now whether we want to set up here. Well, the answer to whether we're staying or not has now been resolved. And a little spot down the bottom here. It's all sloping ground here, so if you camp here you're going to need wheel chocks if you're a motorhome. Camper trailers and caravans are okay, they can just adjust themselves. But for us, yeah, without those wheel chocks underneath, it would have been a bit slopey. That's the reason we're staying instead of going into town. Is over there. Dorothy chasing birds. Unfortunately, no chance of camping down this end. It's a very pleasant little spot here under the trees with the river flowing through them. It's that gorgeous sun, spring sunshine, just bringing a bit of warmth to everything. One or two mozzies around the place, so what it'll be like as evening comes in, I don't know. It might be a little bit challenging keeping them out of the coaster with the door bent the way it is. So, well, we'll do the best we can. Now here is one of those ant nests. You can see them hopping around in there. You really don't want to just be wandering along a path and happen to stop on top of one of these. They will rush all over you and start letting you know that they don't want you there. Just industrious and peaceful if you leave them alone. At the minute you stir them up, they will let you know all about it. After many days of planning to get here, we're finally at the Boyup Brook Caravan Park. Little self-contained RV sites over here. If you pay $10 a night, not on power, but you get access to all the facilities, the shower, the toilet, laundry, etc., and camp kitchen. They've even got a little museum here about the old flax mill. So I'm just going to have a little wander around and have a look at the facilities. Now this park used to be a shire park, but it's now being run by the CMCA. So yeah, good facilities by the looks of it. Some nice barbecues here. And a sink. You've even got a bit of a fridge running there by the looks of it. Okay. That's good for people who are tenting or backpacking or whatever, I suppose. Very nicely kept and clean, and nice undercover seating. And the caravan park's sort of out on its own, away from town a little bit, which makes it feel a little bit more like bush camping than being stuck in a caravan park. Pretty nice spot. Okay, so it's not always great to be sitting just here. A couple of floods come through here. They're fairly significant. I would have been neck deep in water standing where I'm standing now. And you've got the main part of the caravan park over that side. That's the power sites, ensuite sites, etc. This is the Blackwood River down by the caravan park. Not sure if this was originally meant to be for just river access or whether it was put in to launch kayaks, something like that. The timbers look pretty old, so I doubt the kayak thing holds true, but it could be a very useful place to put a kayak in. If you've got one, you bring it along down here. Looks like the river would be an ideal spot to head down and have a paddle. And in the shed here, you've got the museum. Some old models of what the flax mill used to look like. Fairly extensive complex. Yeah, somebody's made some lovely little handcrafted wooden models. Interesting stuff. King Kong, yeah. So this is Skeleton Bridge. An old rail track used to go across. They have a nice little picnic shelter. And I'm assuming a bit of information about the bridge. And I shall read up on that a little bit later again. So that's the actual bridge that we saw a model of in the museum. Still mostly intact. I think the one in the museum was probably predated this one. This looks a bit more modern, but certainly rail track used to come across here.